Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, everybody, and today I am continuing my Blu-ray collection series where I show you all off every single piece of physical media in my collection. And I continue the series today with my 4K slip covers. So I have done my Arrow collection video, I have done my Scream Factory collection video, I did all my steelbooks last week, and this week I am doing my 4K slip covers. So this is proving to be one of the more popular series that I have on my YouTube channel right now. So I'm happy to continue to do it because you all seem to be enjoying it, showing off all my Blu-rays and 4Ks in my collection. So let's get to it, guys, because this one's going to take a little bit. I have got 53 4K slipcover titles, and I shouldn't say slipcover, but because not every single one of these have a slipcover, some I've gotten without, and those are usually the ones that I've ordered after the fact. Like they've been out for a while and I've got them off Amazon and I didn't get the slipcover with them. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get to it, guys. And the very first one I'm going to cover is one of my more recent purchases, and that is Bad Boys for Life, the 4K of that, which I really like this cover a lot. I did an unboxing on my channel if you want me to go more in depth on that release. To check that out. So I'm going to try to go through these kind of quick, but you know, I'm going to stop and talk about a few of them. The next one is The Gentleman, guys, and I should be having a unboxing and giveaway come out for this one soon on my channel, so stand by for that. The next one, guys, is one I picked up late last year when it came out, and it's one of the best movies of 2019 in my opinion. Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I love this movie. I've watched it 4 times since I bought it, and I rarely do that. Some movies I buy on 4K or Blu-ray after I've seen it in theaters, and I never watch them. I've seen this 4 times since I bought it. I love it even more every single time I see it. Like, this has definitely moved up into probably my top 5 of 2019. So one of Tarantino's best. I love that movie. Let's move on to a movie, the sequel to 2017's hit horror film It, and this is It Chapter 2. This is an awesome 4K cover. Like, I love it. I didn't love the movie, but I do love this 4K cover, so I went ahead and got it. And actually, when I watched this in the theaters, I really didn't like it that much. When I rewatched it at home, I kind of saw it through a different lens, and I just looked at it more like a roller coaster, big amusement park ride of a horror movie. You know, with Pennywise transforming and all these different creatures and stuff, and I enjoyed it a lot more. The next one is another Stephen King adaptation, and that is Dr. Sleep on 4K. So if you've been paying attention to my channel at all, you know that I love this movie for a while until I saw 1917. This was my #1 movie of 2019, so it's actually my #2 movie of 2019. The next one, guys, is a horror classic, my #2 horror film of all time, The Shining. And this was one of the ones that I was the most excited for getting last year, just because I think this cover is incredible. I love it. And, you know, I still have that Dr. Sleep sticker on it right there. And I don't ever take the stickers off my 4Ks or Blu-rays. I like having them on there. I think it's cool. So if you notice that when I'm going through them. And the next one, guys, is 2001 A Space Odyssey. I actually got this one on sale on Amazon a few weeks ago. So this is a cool set. Big thick set. The next one, guys, is one I saw in a Walmart a couple years ago, and it was after I already had the Blu-ray of Deadpool, but I really liked this cover. It was really cool. It was like a collector's item. This kind of Deadpool riding the unicorn 4K slip. So I really like this one a lot of Deadpool. Good movie too. And this next one is a Carpenter classic, Christine. This is probably in my top 3 John Carpenter films. I love this movie. I loved it even more when I rewatched it after buying the 4K last year. It's a fantastic horror movie. If you've never seen Christine, definitely give that one a watch. Next one, guys, is another classic. This is an action classic and what I would consider to be the best action film of all time, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Awesome movie. Super happy to have that in my collection on 4K. Next up, guys, is another Steven Spielberg classic, and that is Schindler's List. So, pretty standard cover on this one, but I like it. I like the little girl in the red coat. That was always a cool image from the film. So, a great choice for the cover. Next one up, guys, is a movie that came out, I believe, yeah, it came out last year. I think almost a year ago. That was Brightburn. And I really like this one. I know it got some heat online. I don't think it was the most well received. I could be wrong about that, but I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot gorier and more leaning towards the horror tones than I thought it was going to be. So I quite enjoyed Brightburn. Happy to have that one in my 4K collection. Another one that I actually enjoyed more than I thought, and that's kind of because I think that he's lost touch of who he is as a filmmaker in the last few movies he's done. But Rob Zombie's Three from Hell, I thought this was a really good sequel to The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. So definitely excited to have this one in my collection. And this cover's stellar. I love it. Next one up, guys, is Kick-Ass. And this is maybe one of my first 4K purchases. At least it might be my first 4K slipcover purchase. This movie came out in, I think, 2017 on 4K. And it was around the time when I first started collecting. And I first started collecting 4Ks. And yeah, this could very well be my first 4K slip. I have to think about that. Next one up, guys, is Hacksaw Ridge. Really good war movie by Mel Gibson. Yeah, this one has... It's a pretty standard movie for the first half, but the war sequences in the last half are fantastic and stellar. Like one of the best war movies that you'll ever see for sure. Regardless of what you think about Mel Gibson as a person, he makes great films. Alright guys, next up is Evil Dead 2. And this is one that I picked up when it released last, I think it was about a year and a half ago. It was in December, I think it came out. Yeah, badass slipcover, badass movie by Sam Raimi. And this one is really hard to find now, at least the slipcover to it. So I'm really happy to have that one. Next up, and this one was kind of not well received, kind of divisive by M. Night Shyamalan, which he should probably be used to by now, but this is Glass, the 4K slip for that. This cover's okay. I don't like the way it kind of shines. It doesn't really take good photos for some reason. Maybe if the colors popped a little bit more, they're a little bit more subdued. So it's not one of my favorite covers. But I do really enjoy this movie. I saw it in the theaters when it came out, and I thought it was a really good sequel to Split and Unbreakable, kind of combining the tones for both. And I really enjoyed Glass. This next one up, guys, is one of my favorite films from 2017, and that is Brawl in Cell Block 99. This is a badass movie and a badass 4K slipcover. If you have not seen Brawl in Cell Block 99, guys, this is easily my favorite Vince Vaughn performance, at least dramatically. And it's freaking amazing, awesome. And I believe it's on Amazon Prime right now, so if you have that, definitely give this one a watch. Like, watch it as soon as this video is over. I don't want to tell you anything about it. Just watch it. Trust me. It's great. The next one up, guys, is another one of my favorites from a couple years ago, and that's Bad Times at the El Royale. This is a fantastic movie. Drew Goddard directed it, who did Cabin in the Woods a couple years previous. And, it's very kind of Tarantino-esque in a way. I don't want to say like he's ripping Tarantino off, but it's kind of like an homage to a Tarantino film. But it really works well, and I thought it was an expertly crafted thriller type drama movie with a little bit of action and a little bit of mystery. And it was definitely one of my favorite films of 2018. So, all right, guys, we're going back to some more classics, and it's Halloween from 1978, the original John Carpenter's Halloween. Excellent film, easily in my top 5 horror films of all time. What more can you say about Halloween? It's a great film. Next one is the sequel / reboot / the direct sequel to Halloween is Halloween 2018. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it less when I watched it at home than when I watched it in the theaters. I came out of it pretty high after seeing it in the theaters. Pretty high on the film, and yeah, I mean this is an awesome cover though, and the Michael Myers mask is kind of embossed in the cover, and it's really cool. All right, next one up, guys, is a Martin Scorsese classic, and I have still not watched this. This is Casino. I really need to watch this. I bought it last year with the intent of watching it the week I got it. I was on a Scorsese run last year. I watched like 6 or 7 of his movies leading up to The Irishman on Netflix, and I didn't get to watch this one. So I'll get to it at some point. Lots of movies to watch. Next one up is the Alien 4K, and this is an awesome 4K cover. This is an awesome movie. It is one of the best sci-fi horror movies of all time. And no alien is complete without his partner, the Predator. Got the Predator on 4K. And this is one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies, one of my favorite action movies. I think it qualifies as action. Sci-fi, horror, it's all the above, and it's an amazing film. Next one up, guys, is A Quiet Place. And it's hard to look at the cover on this and not feel a little bit sad, because every time I think of A Quiet Place, I think of A Quiet Place Part 2 and how it got delayed. And that was the first movie. Well, not the first, it was the second after Bond. But the first movie that kind of made me stand up a little bit. And it's like, oh, this, COVID-19 stuff means business. It's shutting down all my most anticipated films. So, A Quiet Place, fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. Next one up is a movie that came out, I think, within the same month as A Quiet Place in 2018. That's Annihilation, Alex Garland's follow-up from Ex Machina. And yeah, that's a really good sci-fi movie. I didn't love it. It got a little weird, especially at the end, but it's an awesome movie. And this was actually, it was kind of weird because this was a Best Buy exclusive 4K cover. Like at the time, I think they only released the 4K cover at Best Buy, which I think they release at other places now. If anybody's selling it, I think they have it on Amazon and all that. But at the very beginning, the 4K cover only came out at Best Buy, which is kind of weird. I haven't seen them do it that much since this movie. Next one up, guys, a classic from 1994, and that's The Lion King 4K. And this is one that very much disappointed me. In fact, now that I think of it, I got a question on my physical media report asking me which release did I regret buying, and this one's probably it, because I thought it was like a cool packaging. And when I got it home and unboxed it and realized that the slipcover is clear, I got really pissed off. And I was like, oh, why did I buy that? I should have just bought like the regular 4K slipcover instead of the Target exclusive. So that's definitely one of Target's weaker 4K exclusives. I love the film and it did look great in 4K, but as far as the packaging, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not good for The Lion King. Next one up, guys, the underrated Pixar film Coco from 2017. This is a great movie. This is a great Pixar film. It's easily in my top 10 Pixar. It's fantastic. The ending, if you don't shed at least one tear, you don't have a soul. And it's completely heartfelt and heartwarming and all the good things. Next one, John Wick Chapter 3. And I actually don't have the other two in 4K. Maybe I'll upgrade someday. I have those in Blu-ray, but I haven't felt compelled to rebuy them yet. But yeah, John Wick Chapter 3 looks great in 4K, so I'm probably going to have to upgrade at some point so I can see them all in 4K. Next one up, guys, is another series that I didn't buy all of them for when the Batman movies, the old classic ones from the 80s and 90s, all were released in 4K slipcovers. The only one I felt compelled to buy was Batman Returns. That's probably my favorite from all of them. I like Batman 89 a lot. It's kind of a toss-up, just depending on what day you ask me. But I already had Batman 89 in my Blu-ray collection, so I didn't have Batman Returns, so that's the one I got. And I definitely wasn't getting Forever and Batman and Robin, that's for sure. Next one up, guys, is my favorite film of 2018, and that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Such a fantastic movie. This is probably like in my top 5 animated movies. It's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. It's my favorite film of 2018. It's one of my probably top 5 superhero films of the last 20 years. This is an amazing movie. Like, this is a movie that I had zero hype for going in. I just thought, I'm not like a huge animated guy outside of like Pixar and Disney. I don't watch a lot of animated stuff. So going into this, I was thinking it was going to be more like the Marvel straight to Blu-ray kind of cartoons and DC straight to Blu-ray. And this is a masterpiece of a film. This is a perfect 10 to me. It's a perfect movie. I love Spider-Verse. Cannot say enough good things about that movie. Next one up, guys, is Captain Marvel in 4K. I really like this cover. I like this movie okay. I'm not a hater of Captain Marvel. I think it's an okay movie. I just don't think it's that great. Next one up, guys, is another 2019 superhero film, Spider-Man Far From Home. I think this is a great Spider-Man film. I rewatched it a couple weeks ago. Still holds up. Still holds up. I love the movie. Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is one of the best Spider-Man on-screen villains. All right, guys. So I got it, and I was planning on doing these like separate as their own thing, like my A24 collection. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw these two in here, and I might include them in my A24 collection as well. But that's Hereditary because I have the 4K of that one. One of probably, I think this was my favorite horror film of 2018. Phenomenal film. Like, this is why I get so sad when I think about Midsummer, because it's nowhere close to being as good as this. Nowhere close. And then the Ex Machina. This is my second favorite film of the 2010s, of the entire decade. Second favorite. This is a masterpiece sci-fi film that I believe will be remembered and revered for decades to come. I think this is going to be like a Blade Runner type cult following in like 20 to 30 years. And not enough people have seen it, and you really should, because it's one of the best movies that come out in the past 10 years. Ex Machina. Next one up, guys, is Damien Chazelle's First Man on 4K. This is a pretty awesome steelbook, or not steelbook, but this is a pretty awesome 4K. I really like the movie. I didn't love it, but I really liked it. It's also one that I'll admit I was a little tired when I went into the theater to see, and it's a very slow paced kind of movie. So that could have been the reason why I didn't come out of it loving it, and I do need to rewatch it. So I'm going to rewatch it at some point for sure. Next up is another space movie, and that is Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. So this one I remember liking. I like Interstellar. I need to rewatch it again to kind of fully develop my thoughts on it, because I watched it back in 2014, so it's been a while. But I remember it being a good movie. It's a good kind of sci-fi movie. Next one up, guys, is 2019's Best Picture winner, and that is Green Book. I love Green Book, and haters be damned. Like, I love this movie. I think it's excellent. I think Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen have some of the best on-screen chemistry of the past probably 5 years in movies. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Well-deserved Oscar win on all accounts for that movie. I love it. Next one up, guys, is a horror classic. Another Stephen King adaptation, Pet Sematary. Classic from my childhood. One of the reasons I love horror movies. What else can you say about the original Pet Sematary? Great film. Next one up, guys, is Terminator Dark Fate. And I like Terminator Dark Fate. When I came out of the theater, I think I did a little video on my YouTube channel. I thought it was good. It was certainly the best Terminator since T2. So just for doing that, it deserves some recognition. So yeah, I enjoyed Terminator Dark Fate. And the 4K cover looks pretty awesome. Next one up, guys, is Gremlins on 4K. This 4K cover is okay. I really just wanted the movie in 4K. I don't love the cover. But, yeah, the movie's fantastic. Classic film. Classic film from my childhood. Next one up, guys, we got some sci-fi masterpieces here. We got Blade Runner 2049, and we got the original Blade Runner. So, both fantastic. Both kind of very different. I do like Blade Runner. I do like it. I think Blade Runner 2049 is a lot better. That's just my personal taste. There's some people that would probably fight me over that, but I think Blade Runner 2049 is a better movie. It's just my opinion. Next up, guys, we got a Target exclusive 4K cover of Ready Player One, and look how that turns. Woo! See Ty Sheridan, and he turns into what was the character's name? Artemis. Yeah, this is a fun movie. I really enjoy Ready Player One. It's actually one I've been kind of craving to go back and rewatch. Just haven't got around to it. Another sci-fi classic, The Matrix. This 4K cover is awesome. This is definitely one I need to see, watch again soon. I'll probably end up watching it on Netflix because it's on there and that'll be easier. But yeah, happy to have that in my collection. Another classic, guys, maybe the oldest 4K movie I have, that's The Wizard of Oz. Perfect 10. Perfect movie. Classic. The Wizard of Oz. It's a great cover, too. Another classic from my childhood, guys, Hook. If you'll notice, I like to buy all the classics from my childhood, the ones I loved when I was a kid. Hook is an amazing Steven Spielberg movie. I love it. Watched it all the time. Another classic masterpiece for the generations, Venom. Just joking, guys. It's okay. I like Venom. I didn't hate it. It was certainly better than the trailers made it look back in 2018. I went into that movie thinking I was going to strongly dislike it, and it was pretty good. This one guy was kind of a blind buy at Walmart. It's The Puppet Master. I think Craig X. Zahler wrote it or produced it, the guy who did Bone Tomahawk and Brawl and Cell Block 99. I haven't got a chance to watch this one yet, but it was $8, and $8 for a 4K I can rarely pass up, especially when it's one I'm kind of interested in. Alright, guys, so let's go to Air Force One. And yeah, I ordered this one off of Amazon, no slipcover, but it was $12, so, you know, I'll take it. This one's no slipcover, guys, The Karate Kid, and that's a classic. A definitive classic is The Karate Kid. Love The Karate Kid. I watched it for the first time last year, actually, if you believe that, and I loved it. I loved it like I saw it when I was a kid. It's a fantastic movie. Next one up, guys. My favorite film of 2019, 1917. Awesome movie. Fantastic movie. I think I did. Yeah, I did an unboxing of this a couple weeks ago on my channel. And yeah, so you can check out more details there. But this is a great cover. Great movie. And the last one, guys, is Overlord, a movie that came out in 2018. Kind of Nazi World War II zombie movie, and it's cool. It's cool as hell. I'll always remember this movie just for the first 15 minutes with them jumping out of the plane. It's an incredible sequence. It's probably one of the most breathtaking sequences I've ever seen in a movie before. And the movie itself, it slows down a bit in the middle and picks back up at the end. But yeah, I really like the movie a lot. It's an excellent movie. And this cover with the parachutes jumping and the blood, kind of looking like blood splatters with parachutes and the guys coming down. That's an awesome cover for sure. So, all right, guys. So that does it for the video today. And that is my entire 4K collection. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Which one of these 4Ks did you like the most? How many 4Ks do you have in your collection? I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to discuss the 4Ks and love for physical media down below in the comments. Also, be sure to like this video, guys. Every like helps, and all it takes is just 1 second. Just 1 second. Just you see my finger? It's pointing towards the like. At least I think it is. Hopefully it's not pointing towards the dislike. But just go ahead and click that like. Just give me a like, please, before you leave this video. If you do one thing today, just give me a like on this video. All right, guys. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. The channel is growing, and it's really cool to see, and I'm really excited about the future of what's going on here. I've got more collection videos to come. I've got my weekly horror show, The Haunting of Mid-Level. I got my physical media report on Mondays. So things are looking great here on this channel. I appreciate you guys joining me here today, and we'll see you next time.